Hello, friends. I am so excited today to bring to you my winter entertaining guide for busy homemakers. And that's certainly something that all of us are. And so I want to go through this, and I'm also going to use it this week because this is week 3 of our easy, most of the time, one pan meals. So we're going to be working on that this week, but we're also going to take the time to use our entertainment guide to help us through the shopping process and the planning process. Now let's open up. First, there's a little introduction, just a little letter from me that explains what's in the book. And basically it tells you that you're going to have the essentials, those things that I use. First, I start with a winter home prep checklist, which is very important. And it tells you all the things that you want to make sure that you've done, if not weekly, at least bi-weekly. And of course, if you're planning for guests, there's a little bit about guest spaces and those extra things that you want to be able to do. Now, let's get into the winter entertaining. Now, we have a big holiday that's just around the corner. So I've given you some tips for setting up your holiday buffet. And with this particular booklet, like I said, it's going to take you all the way through the winter. So that means it's going to cover Christmas, it's going to cover New Year's, it's going to cover Valentine's, those major holidays. And then it also gives you some ideas of some things you may need if you're planning to do some type of holiday buffet. Now, when we say a holiday buffet, it can be as simple as a Saturday night when you've had the family over and you just need some crock pots and some warming trays, or you may have an Instapot or a special serving bowl or a basket for the rolls, or you can have an ice bucket. You need serving spoons. You might even want to add a little extra touch with a decorative napkin. But those are things that you want to make sure that you have available. So here's a modern homemaker tip. As the holiday ends, go to the stores and see if you can pick up those decorative napkins and plates now, so that while they're on sale, you can get those for the following year. That's exactly what I do. I always do that. And if I think I see cups, I also pick up cups, particularly those cups that are hot and cold, that it either keep your beverage nice and hot or it will keep it nice and chilled. You may even think about throughout the year, you may think about some trivets. So those are the little things that you use to sit your pots on, in case they're hot. And I've also given you some space for some additional items that you may think of that you may want to have. Now, I also have a holiday prep checklist, and this is for any holiday. It deals with what you do 1 month before, like choose your event style. If it's going to be really, really fancy, you're going to want to know. You want to set up your budget. You want to create your guest list. You want to plan your menu in advance. You want to order any special groceries that you may need. And the reason for having this 1 month out is that you can actually start to purchase some of those things in advance. And of course, you want to be able to select your tablescape theme, or how many tables do you need for what you're going to be doing. And then we go into 1 week before, some things that you definitely need to do. You want to make sure that your main areas that your guests are going to be coming into, that they are nice and clean. You want to make sure that everyone has confirmed their RSVPs. You may even start making your dishes, some of your casseroles and those kind of things. You may make those in advance. Cookies, you can make in advance. The cookie dough, anyway, put them into the freezer, and then you will have your automatic slice and bake right there in your freezer. And of course, 1 week before, you may set up your drink station. So, because that's something that you can kind of put out of the way and it will be ready to go. If you decide that you want to be extra fancy, then you may have menu cards that you may want to put together. And of course, you want to make sure that you touch up your guest rooms 24 hours before your prep. Now, I'm saying holiday, but this could be for a birthday or for, say, you're having an anniversary party or something like that. These are some of the things, and you're having it in your home. So these are some of the things you want to do in advance. Now, also, if you're planning to have an event and it's not at your home, you do want to go through some of these things to make sure that they are done by the people who are handling the event. Make sure that you take your checklist with you to see that they're doing the things that need to get done for your guest. Now, 24 hours, I typically set the table. I make sure that my drinks are chilled. I prep the desserts, chop all veggies, especially if you're going to have a nice veggie tray. Our charcuterie board, you could even do that 24 hours in advance. And of course, you want, if it's a buffet, you want to lay out the dishes where they're going to be. So this is a good time to have some little Post-it notes. So you can put those Post-it notes, they're going to be the placeholders for those dishes, so that when it's time for them to come out, everyone knows exactly where to place them. And keep this in mind, you do not have to be the only one doing the cooking. Invite your guest to also bring some dishes as well. The day of the event, you, of course, are going to warm up the dishes, those things that need to be hot. You want to make sure that you have music that is either festive, it could be Christmas music, or it could be just music that everyone enjoys. I know we like jazz, or what they call watercolor music. And if you're going to have candles, then of course you want to make sure that if you're going to have lit candles, that they're in a place where if they're shaken, they won't accidentally turn over. So that's important to make sure that they're in the right place. Now, you know, it's really nice now that you can get candles that are battery powered, that are very beautiful, and that you can use to set the ambiance for your event. And of course, you want about 30 minutes to 45 to an hour, depending upon how long it takes you to put yourself together. But you want to be the hostess with the mostest. And so because of that, you want to have time to freshen yourself up and be ready to welcome your guest. I've also included a real-time timeline that you can just go through and check as you're dealing with your winter entertaining. No matter how fancy it is, if it's every day, if it's family, whatever it may be. But you have a nice timeline to be able to do. 2 weeks before, 1 week before, 3 days before, 2 days before, 1 day before, and of course the event or the holiday morning of things that you'll want to do. So this is a more detailed preparation checklist that you're going to want to use. Now, for each month, you will want to look at the holiday and make tentative plans. This is a good place to pencil in your plans. It's a good place to pencil in your guest list. I've given you a place for that. And if you need gifts, then this is a place to be able to put your gift list, just in case you may need it. Now, our holiday menu, or your event menu, a place for appetizers, main dishes, drinks, side dishes, desserts, and of course your paper products and any other little things that you might think of that you may need for that day. Now keep this in mind. These items do not all have to be prepared by you. Invite some of your family members or guests who you know who make the best macaroni and cheese, even better than yours. Ask them if they'll make the macaroni and cheese. Or perhaps your sister or your brother may make the best green beans. Your sister or your brother may make the best green beans or greens. Then invite them to bring the greens or green beans to the function. So desserts, now what I like to do is to have, I do the appetizers, the main dishes, that's mainly meat. I do handle most of the drinks. And for the side dishes, I asked my family members to bring a side dish and a dessert. And then that way, that takes this portion off of me. But I jot down what they're going to prepare, who's going to do it. And so all of that is written right here for you in your menu plan. Now, here's the big thing. we all need a grocery shopping list. So for your holiday, I've given you a very nice grocery shopping list for you to just sit and fill in those things that you know you're going to need. And then that way, you can first shop your home. Shop your pantries, shop your freezer, shop your refrigerator, and make sure that you are not duplicating things. And then after you've done that, you can certainly go to the grocery or order groceries and have your items ready. Now, if you're planning for a holiday, what I typically do is to actually go to the grocery, because sometimes when you're ordering groceries, there may be things that they may not have, or they may miss, or you may even find a couple of things that you didn't think of that you want for your holiday event. So you will want to make sure that you, first of all, carry your grocery list with you, and then you want to make sure that you check it off as you go, so you know when you walk out of that store that you have everything on your list. The next thing is your house cleaning and decor. Now, I have a decor checklist of those things you may want to have. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be a major holiday like Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Valentine's. It can be as simple as a birthday. And you may want to have balloons. You may want to have hats. It could be your child's birthday event. And so whatever items that you need for the decor, it could be a pin the tail on the donkey, but whatever it is, you want to make sure that you have all of those things here in your decor checklist. As well as, I like to make a cleaning checklist, because very often I'll do major cleaning several weeks before, but then I want to do a touch-up. And I want to make sure that whatever items I have here, that I have gone back and like an extra clean of the bathroom. And you may even jot down here that you want to make sure that you have extra rolls of the TP. And if you're using paper towels, you want to make sure you have those. If you're using special actual hand towels, you want to make sure that you have those. If you need, as you're cleaning, you may want deodorizers or whatever it is. Those kind of things you want to make sure that you jot in your cleaning checklist. And here, down at the bottom, there's a place for notes. So you can add any additional notes. And of course, there's a huge note page here for all the little extras of things that you may need to write down. Now, my suggestion is that you may want to keep a running budget. So you may take this page and actually divide it. And what I like to do is to take it and just kind of have a little section that I can flip over. And that way I can put budget, or I can put money spent, and I can keep a running list of how much I'm actually spending. And all of that goes there. And then any additional notes I can put over there. Now, so like I said, we have several winter holidays that we will be dealing with. Now, so let's look. This is where we get into the part that's important. The weekly meal plan. Now, this entertainment guide takes into consideration that as modern home economists, we're technically entertaining every day. We serve dinner for our family daily. Now, does that mean that we have to set up a buffet? Of course not. Does that mean that we have to have fancy napkins and cups and all those kind of things? Absolutely not. It can be as simple as a football game that we're going to all watch. And we've got fun things to eat while we're watching. So our weekly meal plan is special. So we're going to go through one of the weekly meal plans for this week that I'm going to be using. And you have a place for your date at the top of the week. Of course, the days of the week. And this is where you're going to list what it is you plan to actually prepare. And then, and I've given you several. I've given you enough for the entire month. And then I have enough grocery shopping list. Now, you may be a weekly grocery shopper, you may be a bi-weekly grocery shopper, so you probably have more, I'm hoping, more grocery lists than you actually need because, we really want to shop less if at all possible. So, we have our grocery shopping list that we can put together. We're going to take our weekly menu. We're going to jot down those things that we need in order for us to prepare the meals that we have planned. And then shop our home first. And whatever is not lined out, we know we have to purchase at the grocery. Now, I've given you a grocery list. I've given you a place to write your notes because it may be some things that you may want to add to your notes. And like I said, that's a good place to be able to say, this is what I spent for groceries on such and such. You could even jot it down here in the notes section of your groceries, of what the cost was for your groceries. And it's nice to see those things that are in your pantry. It's nice to see those things that you actually pick up. And it's nice to see the difference in what your grocery costs would be if you had to purchase everything versus only picking up those things that are absolutely necessary. So, in this guide, I've gone through for each month, and I've given you a planner for whatever the month guest special holiday may be. I've given you your menu. I've given you a place for the shopping for that menu, and I've given you a place to handle your house cleaning and your decor so you can check those things off. You have a place to write your notes because it may be something that you want to make sure you call so-and-so because you may want to order something. So you can jot those things down on your note page. Now, here's the nice thing that's coming. You have an entire section of 6 weeks of winter comfort meals that I'm sharing with you. I'm sharing with you 3 meals a week. I'm giving you the grocery shopping list and everything that needs to be shopped for. Now, the fun thing is that I've listed out everything based on the recipes that I'm giving you. But I've also given you the nice space so you can go through and say, okay, I have that, I need to pick this up, whatever it may be. You can make those notes right here on the sheet. So this is week 1. I give you what they are. I give you the recipe. And the recipe for week 1, the Comfort Classics, are right here in your guide. And then we go on to week 2 with a grocery list, a listing of what's going to be a part of the menu for week 2, and then the recipes that you need for week 2 so that you can make those items. And then we go into week 3. So 6 weeks of recipes are given right here for you. All 6 are here. Now, at the end, I have given you additional note pages so that you have a place to be able to keep any additional notes. Now, this book is available in my Etsy store. You will be able to go there, and it's a printable, so you'll be able to print it off. Now, you can print it front to back. You can print out if you like. I would say start with all of it so that you print the entire book. Then, if there's something in there that you think you might want more than 1 page of, you are certainly, welcome to do that. But this is the winter guide. And so what I hope you're going to do once you get your guide, once you've had a chance to go through at least 1 month, and maybe even 2, if you have some suggestions about what I might want to include in the spring guide, then send me a note and let me know what it is.